Hey everybody, this is Lorelia doing a video today on debt-related depression. What do I mean by that? Well, let me just say this. A few years ago, I wrote an article on the topic of how when people are overwhelmed with bad credit due to overdue debts or debts owed to people where they are constantly being harassed, depression begins to sink in. And I always get emails where people are like, I would really like to financially get help in terms of paying for help, but I am so overwhelmed with the problems that I am currently having with the debt. And so I sympathize for those people, because even though I'm always telling people it is important to invest in themselves, there are people who financially are unable to make ends meet. And that is why I said that I'm going to focus on teaching people why they need to not only focus on eliminating debt, but also increasing their income. Because this is the problem that I have for individuals who, and this is by no means to throw shade, but it is what it is. I have a problem with, and it's not no particular person, because it's widely talked about language. Whereas when people are giving people financial advice, they want to tell them, oh, you need to budget your money. Oh, you need to have money put together for insurance. All these things. And by all means, that is all well and good. Yes, you do need to budget your money. Yes, you need to know how you're overspending. Yes, you need to see how you're spending. Yes, you need to track things. Yes, you need to buy life insurance, because you don't want to be that person who's putting on social media a GoFundMe page because you cannot bury your loved ones. But this is what I know, because I've been there. I've been in a situation where I financially didn't have it. As much as, and this was years ago, this was in my 20s, graduated from college, was working a job, got laid off, had no income, unemployment was all exhausted. Yeah, the savings that I did have had got exhausted. And don't get me wrong, all well is good. Yes, you need 6 months to a year of savings. But what happens when that is exhausted? See, what the talking heads will not tell people, what happens when the savings that you did have is all gone, or you have to cash in the investments that you did have to be able to make ends meet. Because this is the part that they don't want to talk about. They don't want to tell people to focus on getting money. It's only one person that I would have to say who's really, really preaching that. In terms of to the masses, there are other people who are talking, but I'm talking about on a very large scale, who's able to reach a large group of people, where they're telling people to focus on the money, focus on getting more money. I'm going to throw the plug in. I mean, there's only one person. The only person that I know who is truly saying it to the masses is really only Grant Cardone. I mean, yes, there are other people who are saying it, and I totally agree. I agree with that 100%, because even for myself, when I was in a place of lack, where the savings that I did have when I was working a job was gone, and the money I was putting away for stock investment, I had to cash out. At the end of the day, I needed income. I needed money to come into my bank account. And unfortunately, 90% of the masses have been told that the way you get money is to exchange hours for dollars. So most people only know only one way to earn money. So what happens when the job is gone. Because that's what happened to me. The job was gone. Lost my job. I didn't know that I was supposed to have other streams of income coming in. See, no one wants to talk about the money conversation. That's why I totally agree when there are people who are having the money conversation where they're telling people, find a financial vehicle whereas you can make a lot of money. And then once you find that financial vehicle, find another financial vehicle that can bring you in a lot of money. But see, most people want to start with, you got to budget your money. And then you got to get insurance. But ain't nobody talking about no money. Ain't nobody talking about how to get money. Because a person who lacks money, the only thing they're listening to is, how can I get more money? You can do a survey to anyone who is without, who has lack of money, without money, stressed out, anxiety to the wazoo. They're focusing on getting more money. And unfortunately for some people, especially and you know, I'm going to say this, you know, the so-called experts are saying focusing on money is a very low-level conversation. See, that's why nobody wants to talk about it. But at the end of the day, money buys groceries. I'm sitting in front of a supermarket. I don't know if you can see it. I'm sitting in my car about to go into a supermarket. Money buys groceries. Money pays for the lights to stay on. Money pays for your children to have a well life. So let's call it what it is. Because most people want to tell other people, don't focus on the money. And unfortunately, the people who are saying that are those who have access to money. But there are a large group who don't. That's why I said I want to focus more on the money conversation. Because that's the disconnect that I'm seeing. It's not increasing the credit score. Because I said most people don't even realize all they doing is they think that if they increase their credit score somewhere or the other, their money problems is no longer going to be there. But that's not it. Because once you start getting good credit, you got access to new credit, all you're going to do is start that same cycle again. Start paying for stuff you cannot afford, because it is providing you with a temporary satisfaction. And when that one income source is dried up, you're back into the same ball game again. And then that's what causes people to blame things and circumstances on why they're in the financial chaos that they're in. But that's why I said, focus more on your money. If you ask the person who is in financial lack, how many sources of money do you have coming in? Most people will look at you like you had two heads, and only thing they will say to you is, well, the only source of income I have coming in is my job. That is a problem. That is a problem. You have to have more sources of income coming in so you do not be caught behind the 8 ball. Because like I said, I know when I was caught behind the 8 ball, you telling me I need to budget my money, you telling me I need to have insurance is all well and good. The only reason why I was fortunate enough to always have insurance is because I got insurance at a very early age. I'm not going to lie, it was a term policy, but it was a policy that I could afford. It was only $15, so I can afford that. But for some people, I hear them telling people they need to get insurance. It doesn't need to be term. It should be a policy that you could borrow against. Let me tell you something. When a person is in financial straits and their back is against the wall and they're robbing Peter to pay Paul, the last thing they thinking about is paying $100-something, $70 or what have you. Anything over $50, they're not going to pay it. Call a spade a spade. They mean well, they truly want to, but they cannot afford it. And it's sad that there are people telling people they don't care nothing about their family or their loved ones because of the fact that they can't afford insurance. No, people need to be taught how they can get more money. That's what it boils down to. See, that's why I say that's a very low level conversation. But at the end of the day, money buys groceries. Money puts gas in this car. Money puts a roof over my head. Money puts clothes on my back. Money takes care of my children. Money keeps a husband and wife happy. Call a spade a spade. That's what causes debt-related depression. That's what causes it. So it is what it is. That's just my message today, because we are embarking on the holiday. Tomorrow's going to be the 4th of July. Many people are going to be celebrating independence. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't free. A lot of people are financially shackled. A lot of people just don't know what's next. And like I say, it's not a credit issue, it's a money issue. When you fix getting money in terms of how money comes into your household, how you can get more of it, how you can continue to get more of it, how you should have multiple sources of it coming in, then you can begin the conversation of how to budget, how to have different bank accounts, how to have insurance, all those other things. It is what it is. So once again, this is Lorelia. If you want to learn more about me, I'll have all the links underneath this video. And please share it with someone, this message. So once again, talk to you later. Bye.